We should say during that time there was not something that looked like primates.
No. Absolutely nothing.
So we would look very weird.
We would look weird. Yeah. So there's lots of really cool records of, particularly you've got down in Indonesia and stuff, where you've got these insane volcanic spires, and it leads to these tiny little valleys. And people go in there and they go, yeah, the animals walk up to us. They've never seen a human. They don't know what it is. So it might look at us, and animals are fundamentally cautious. It doesn't know if we're a threat. So maybe it might just find us weird, or in some way, shape or form off-putting. And so we may not even be considered on the menu. The other thing is we might be too small. My suspicion is we're not. So animals, carnivores, typically take stuff that is much, much smaller than them, despite basically every dinosaur documentary movie ever shows T-Rex hunting an adult Triceratops, which is like the same size as it. And every documentary, you've got to have lions taking down a wildebeest or even a buffalo. Like, these are weird and rare outcomes. These don't usually happen. The vast majority of active predation is on stuff much, much, much smaller than you. I totted some of this up for a paper I did on Microraptor, this really small gliding dinosaur from China, where we actually have a bunch of specimens with various stomach contents in them. And we were coming up with numbers of about like 5 to 20% of the mass being typical. So prey versus predator. And that's actually very similar to what we see with modern carnivores. And it's not far off what we've seen even with things like tyrannosaurs, where you occasionally find consumed bones from prey. So if we put the lower end of that as 5% of the mass of a T-Rex, we might actually be okay if it doesn't consider us worth the hassle. Then, assuming you're encountering a big adult and not a half-size one that maybe only weighs a ton, then we might be all right.